Hart, and I'm a legal specialist with the Agriculture Law Education Initiative. This is part 1 in a 4-part series on agricultural water law. Let's begin with who controls water in Maryland, and whether you need a permit to use water on your farm. The state of Maryland, in order to conserve, protect, and use water resources of the state, controls the appropriation or use of surface waters and groundwater of the state. Let's go through the water appropriation permit process. You will be required to apply for a permit from the Maryland Department of the Environment, or MDE, if you plan to withdraw an annual daily average of 10,000 gallons of water or more per day from either surface or underground waters for agricultural activities. A permit is not needed if the use is for an agricultural purpose and under an annual daily average of 10,000 gallons of water per day. The water appropriation permit process begins with the submission of a permit application, a project map, and an explanation of the use. MDE offers farmers technical assistance with their permit application, including the determination of the necessary quantity of water for the producer's needs. Property ownership is not a prerequisite to apply for a water appropriation permit. However, written permission from the owner of the property on which the water withdrawal takes place is necessary in order to process a permit application. If property is leased, the permit term should match the period of the lease. Unless the MDE finds that the appropriation would cause unreasonable impacts or could not be supported by the resource, it will process the application. MDE will send the applicant a package with instructions explaining that all neighboring property owners and certain local officials must be notified of the proposed use. Also included is an approval form to allow MDE to advertise the project in a local newspaper on the applicant's behalf and at the cost of the applicant. Although it is not required, the MDE recommends the installation of a test well to provide site-specific data to justify a water appropriation request. An appropriation permit is not required for the domestic or residential use of a well on a farm. Requests for appropriation of over 10,000 gallons per day may require a public informational hearing if one is requested. If a public hearing is requested, the MDE will assist an agricultural permit applicant with the hearing by attending and testifying about the technical aspects of the permit. It should be noted that the water appropriation permit process is not a quick one. It may take up to 10 months. Once issued, a permit is good for 12 years, but it is reviewable by the Department of the Environment every 3. It's also worthy of note that the permit is not transferable without the authorization of the MDE. Other permits that may be needed in conjunction with an appropriation permit are a well construction permit, a wetlands permit, and/or a waterway construction permit. Thank you.